Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, or for those of us who are new here, welcome to my channel. I'm proud to announce a new series I'll be filming. I'm calling it... Wait, what are we calling it? Again? Well, I'm not exactly sure what to call it, but I'll try to think of something. And if you lovely people have any suggestions, feel free to leave your ideas in the comment section. But without further ado, you can call me Fighter, roll the intro. First of all, before we get into the good stuff, some of you may not know what Star Citizen even is. That's alright, because that's what the point of this video is, to answer that question. So what is Star Citizen? Well, I've broken the game down into 6 main selling points. They are 1 is a scale star system, 2 it's a massive multiplayer online game, or at least it will be. 3 there are very little limitations to where you can and cannot go. 4 there are many different gameplay loops. 5 persistent entity streaming technology, or PES as we like to call it. And finally 6 the uniqueness of the player interactions. First of all, the 2-scale star system. What I mean is that the quote-unquote world box is somewhere in the ballpark of 448 million miles. That's about as long as 8 billion football fields. But I digress. The point is, there's no way that you could see everything this game has to offer in a reasonable amount of time. That's why the player retention for this game is so high. People physically cannot see it all. On to point 2. Being a massive multiplayer online game, you get a ton of variety of players. From people just trying to enjoy their time in the verse, or hardcore players doing whatever it takes to get a quick buck. For example, one day you'll be trading cargo while playing alone, and the next taking over an Idris-class frigate with a pirate organization. Basically what I'm trying to say is the diversity of the player base is staggering. Alright, on to point 3. How little limitations the game sets on you. With Star Engine, the game engine for Star Citizen, it enables you to go seamlessly from space to ground. That might not seem like it's hard to do, but any other game that has you loaded it onto a world is doing the same thing, but Star Citizen does it a bit differently. It does it without loading screens. And on these planets and moons, there are outposts, derelict camps, caves, lakes, rivers, and whole oceans. And at these locations, there are items you can get and NPCs to talk and trade with. This is such a huge feature that I'll make an entire video on it later down the line. With that being said, on to point 4. Personally, my favorite aspect of Star Citizen is just how many different gameplay loops or ways to play the game there are. In my opinion, there are 6 main ways to make income, and each has their own unique risks and corresponding rewards. The 6 main ways to make money are 1. Medical rescue, such as accepting someone's distress call and going to help them out with any medical issues they might be having. But beware, because pirates take advantage of people's good intentions and exploit them. The next one is number 2, being a mercenary. My personal favorite gameplay loop is being a mercenary, getting contracts from different companies and security forces to clear bunkers that have been taken over by a drug cartel called the Ninetales. But I'll get into that into another video. Next is number 3, mining. Undoubtedly the most profitable career in Star Citizen, mining can be ludicrous if you know where to look. But the large profit comes with a large responsibility, and a fair bit of risk. If you overcharge a rock and it explodes, you're flat out of luck. And depending on what mineral you mine, there's a timer counting down until the reactive substance inevitably explodes, blowing up your ship and killing your crew. Proceed with extreme caution. Next is number 4, and one of the most popular. Piracy. Yep, you heard me right. You can sail the stars in your own Corsair, but not the 1700s version. No, pirates cruise in style. When they inevitably find their next target, there are a few ways most pirates proceed. Either they take your cargo by boarding your ship and killing you, or making you pay a hefty ransom and letting you go. Alright, next career. 5. Salvage. A newer addition to the game, salvage has grown to be one of the most popular gameplay loops, just because of its high reward and relatively low risk. this is due to your cargo not trying to blow you up. There are a couple of different jobs that are required for salvage, and I'll be using the largest salvage ship in game currently as an example, the Anvil Reclaimer. For maximum efficiency, you preferably need 2 box stackers taking the cargo boxes from the dispensaries and putting them on the cargo grid. 2 are scrapers, pulling the recycled material composite or RMC off the ship, and you need 1 pilot. Next and final way to make some cold hard cash legally is cargo trading. Another one of my personal favorites. Cargo trading is relatively simple if you know where you're going and what you want to buy. You just set down your ship, buy what you want, and get the heck out of there before pirates get a whiff of your precious cargo. Then it's off to wherever you want to sell your newly obtained commodities for the best profit. And that's about it for cargo trading. But by no means are these 5 ways the only way to make money in Star Citizen. Pretty much any way you can obtain something to sell is technically a gameplay loop. And with that, we're on to our next section. 5. Persistent Entity Streaming. Persistent Entity Streaming, or PES as we like to call it, is a complex technology, but I'll do my best to simplify it. Basically, what PES does is it saves the locations of items and saves them on a server to make everything stay where it was originally dropped pretty much forever until the server gets reset or crashes inevitably, unfortunately. But this technology did not get implemented very smoothly. The update that added it essentially broke the entire game for like 90% of the community. Personally, my game was broken for well over a year. This was due to the new way that the client connects to the server, and it was very fragile. And due to the high load of traffic, it broke the game, and it took a while for CIG to fix that. But nonetheless, they fixed it, and it works seamlessly now. And finally, Section 6. Player interactions. The amount of friendly players that you encounter on your journey through the verse is amazing. From day to day, if you offer your services to other players, they pay very, very well to have a gunner or just a generic crewmate to help whatever they might need. Not to mention the organization feature on Robert Space Industries' website. You can join an org, as we call them, and play with hundreds or thousands of people who are looking to play with someone. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe just learned something new. If you did enjoy the video, please consider subscribing. It helps me a ton. And I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. See ya.